Karano Kyoukai aka Garden of Sinners is a series of 10 movies made by Ufotable in 2007. It's such an underrated and undermentioned anime which I think a lot of people have missed out. Its popularity not being as high as many of its counterparts is probably because it was being released pretty long ago, in 2007. And despite having excellent cinematography, the story may be a little too confusing and slow-paced to some. And this mistake and confusing vibe is also a major criticism of many, causing a lot of anime watchers to avoid the show. Surely, this show is very perplexing to the mind since it discusses a lot of questions about moral values and the purpose of human lives. It successfully inherits the same ambiguity and tensions from the source material, which is a novel, plus there are mechanisms of the Nasuverse. The same systems existed in Fate, which also turned away a lot of viewers. However, you shouldn't be scared away because you'll be missing out a masterpiece. In this video, I'm gonna tell you why you should watch Karano Kyoukai. Let's talk about the visuals first. Animation quality wise, despite it being made in 2007, which is 14 years ago, it is still very well done and is still competitive in today's market. Its style is modern enough that viewers will still be able to enjoy today without feeling out of the place. Arguably, the animation is more refined than some of today's works. All in all, it's made by Ufotable. In fact, this anime is what made Ufotable the Ufotable we all recognize today. This show is what really started Ufotable's career in the anime industry. It puts Ufotable on the pedestal of anime visuals. It proves itself to publishers that it is a very capable anime studio which grants it the opportunity to animate almost every Type Moon project from now on, including the Fate series. The techniques Ufotable was using at the time was not mature enough, but it was enough for an orgasm for the audience. And mind you, Ufotable's animation quality will still continue to improve. The series lasts until 2010, with 2 extra movies released in 2013. As technology continues to evolve, Ufotable's animation quality will also evolve along with it. Putting the stories aside, this anime itself is already a visual masterpiece. It doesn't stop here. Now let's talk about the music. The music is exquisite. This original soundtrack, or the OST, was written by Yuki Kajiura. If you don't know who she is, she's written music for other animes including Sword Art Online, Fate, and Demon Slayer. All of them have very memorable OSTs. The soundtrack is so fitting to the theme and general vibe or the atmosphere of each movie. It is very elegant, graceful, and pleasant to the ear. Listening to the soundtrack brings you back to the settings of the movies. And there's this very iconic theme of the main character, or the MC, Shiki. Each time this track is played, usually there's gonna be an iconic fight scene between Shiki and the antagonist of the episode, or we're gonna delve deeper into her character. It is at the same time emotionally arousing and elegant. Overall, the music is just perfectly written. Go on YouTube and search for the OST for Karano Kyoukai. It'll be a gift to the ears. Now let's finally get to the plot. Each movie usually brings up its own mystery or enigma to be solved. Usually it's a serial murder case, and it's the main character's job to solve them. Through learning about these mysteries, there are moral and philosophical questions to be discussed. For example, murder versus massacre and existentialism. You may not understand every aspect of it, but it's okay. I don't understand every detail of it. A lot of people don't. The stories are still enjoyable, and it can give your brain a little exercise. There are also Nasuver stuff like the origin or the root, which also appear in Fate. If you have never watched any of the Nasuverse animes or played any of their games, it may be a little new to you. If you've watched Fate, you may know what they're talking about better, and you may still not understand them. On a side note, I think this show explains its Nasuverse concepts a little more in-depth than others like Fate. So I think this show can help viewers get into the Nasuverse if you're interested. The characters are also well written. There's uniqueness to each of them. But the MC, Shiki, is special. The show is a study of Shiki's inner struggles, her motives, her emotions, and her conflicting personalities. Through studying her character, this show also leads us back to the Nasuverse lore. Overall, the story is not the most confusing thing in the world. It just requires a little brain workout. it is still very enjoyable. Whether you come for philosophy, Nasuho's lore, interesting characters, or simply cool fight scenes, you'll find what you love in Karano Kyoukai.